All right, we're diving deep into the shadows of folklore tonight. We're going way beyond the usual suspects, the vampires and werewolves. We are about to meet some of the most genuinely terrifying creatures you've probably never even heard of.
So, you think you know your monsters? I'm willing to bet there are nightmares hiding out in myths across the globe that you've never even dreamed of. Okay, let's get into it.
First stop, the Philippines. And we're starting with a creature that our source material actually calls the least scary on the list, which should tell you everything you need to know about where we're headed. Meet the manananggal.
So its name is a huge clue. It basically translates to one who separates itself. Now by day, it just looks like a disfigured old woman, but that's just a disguise. The real horror show starts after dark.
When night falls, the manananggal goes through this just unbelievably grotesque transformation. Its upper torso literally tears itself away from its lower half, sprouts these huge, leathery bat wings, and flies off into the night with its entrails just dangling below.
And its choice of victim is just chilling. It goes after newlyweds, pregnant women, and newborns. It can use this incredibly long, proboscis-like tongue to feed on the unborn. And as it hunts, it makes this very distinct tick-tick sound. But here is the terrifying part. That sound is a trick. It's designed to mess with your head. The farther away that tick-tick sound seems, the closer the creature actually is. It's this perfect piece of psychological warfare, making you feel safe right before it attacks.
So, how do you stop it? Well, its big weakness is that other half of its body. The legs are just left standing there somewhere, totally vulnerable. The key is to find that lower half and prevent the torso from rejoining it before the sun comes up. Apparently, things like salt, ash, or garlic will do the trick and keep it from becoming whole again. All right, now let's go to a monster that wasn't born from magic, but from a truly horrible human act. We're heading to Venezuela to talk about El Silbón, or the Whistler. And his story is a really dark warning about what happens when a person loses all their humanity. The story starts with this incredibly spoiled boy who demanded his father go hunt a deer for him. When his dad came back empty-handed, the boy, in an absolute fit of rage, killed him. As a punishment, his own family cursed him to wander the plains for eternity, carrying a sack filled with his father's bones. And just like the manananggal, El Silbón uses sound to fool you. He's known for this eerie whistling sound. Now, if you hear that whistle close by, you're actually safe. But if it sounds faint, like it's far off in the distance, well, that means he's right behind you.
And don't picture some small, spooky ghost. We are talking about a skeletal figure that stands at a terrifying 6 meters tall, stalking through the treetops, always carrying that gruesome sack of bones.
Okay, now we're off to the Orkney Islands of Scotland for a demon that literally crawls out of the sea. Brace yourselves because this might be one of the most visually disturbing creatures in all of folklore, the Knuckle-a-Vee.
Pretty much everything we know about this thing's appearance comes from one single, horrifying eyewitness account. An islander named Thomas claimed he actually survived an encounter with it, and his story is, well, it's something else.
So according to Thomas, this is what he saw. A creature with a man's torso fused directly onto a horse's back. The entire thing has no skin, so you can see its yellow veins pulsing with black blood. Its arms are so long they scrape the ground, and its giant head has just one single burning red eye.
The Knuckle-a-Vee is basically a walking environmental disaster. Its presence is toxic, its breath alone can wilt crops, make livestock sick, and spread plagues. It is only one weakness that we know of: it can't cross fresh water. So if you're ever being chased by this thing, your only shot is to find a river or a stream. Okay, so we've covered some terrifying monsters, but now we're gonna scale things way up, from earthly horrors to full-on cosmic terror. In Aztec mythology, before our world existed, there was just this primordial ocean, and swimming in it was a monster of truly unimaginable size, Cipactli.
Cipactli was a being of pure, bottomless hunger. And what's so bizarre about this monster is its anatomy. It didn't just have one mouth, it had a mouth on every single one of its joints. Think about that. Elbow mouths, knee mouths, even mouths on its knuckles.
As you can imagine, this was a problem. Anything the gods tried to create would just get devoured by Cipactli. So the 4 creator gods had to team up and battle the beast. After this epic fight, they finally killed it. And in one of the coolest creation myths ever, they used its giant corpse to actually build the world.
For our final creature, we're looking at a legend so feared that in its culture of origin, many people are afraid to even say its name. From Navajo belief, we have the Skinwalker.
Now, to understand the Skinwalker, you have to understand this idea of duality. In Navajo culture, a medicine man uses spiritual power to heal and do good. A witch, a skinwalker, is the complete opposite. It's a former healer who has corrupted that sacred knowledge for evil, committing the worst possible sin, killing a close family member just to gain their power. It's the ultimate perversion of good.
They can blend in perfectly, walk among people during the day. But there is one chilling way to spot them. When they're in their human form, their eyes look like an animal's. And when they've shapeshifted into an animal, their eyes stay eerily, unnervingly human.
Shapeshifting is their most famous ability, right? They can become a coyote, a wolf, any number of predators. But their powers go way beyond that. They're said to have superhuman speed and strength, and they can even control the minds of their victims.
So, from a flying torso to a cosmic corpse whose body became the world, these are the kinds of monsters lurking in the corners of global folklore. And the question I have for you is, which one of these stories is going to be keeping you up tonight?